Okay, so let me get this over here so you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. Today is November 10th, 2021. Hello, how are you guys doing? Good to see you. Tomorrow is my brother's birthday. I think my brother's turning 25. I'm not sure. I turned 40 last week. My brother's going to be 25 or the 24. The 26. Yeah, this old feeble brain is not working. Anyways, today we're going to talk about offers and our offer letters and our offer pricing and a lot of a lot of things around the topic. So, as always, let me know if you can hear me, you can see me. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to check on the Facebook group as we do this. And even if you're not watching this live, let me know you have a question because you know how I do. I'm so involved. If you guys ask a question, I'm always going to be there to be one of the first people to answer it. So whether you're watching this live or replay, say something, say hello, ask a question, let me know. Also, an unrelated note, you can also let me know what you guys want me to talk about and what things you guys want me to go over. You know, I got some topics I like to talk about because let's be honest, the land investing game isn't very complicated. That's what I love about it. So it's like you got topics on acquisition and you got topics on sales. And both of them, they use a lot of the similar tactics and a lot of similar just tools in that regard. But, you know, there's when you're trying to acquire land, you have a different mindset than when you're selling it. So if you have anything you guys want to talk about, anything you guys want to learn about, anything you want me to clarify, please let me know. You can put in the comments of this video. You can make a general post in the group, whatever, it's all good. If you're watching this on YouTube, make a comment. I'll see them. I'll answer them. You know how it goes. With that said, let's actually get right to it. All right, let me see. Community, I'm here on the phone. Oh, okay, Matthew, I see you. Your computer went down, but you're on the phone. I see the dedication. I love it. I appreciate it. All right, I'm here for it. All right, so with that said, here's the thing. I ask this question a lot, how people are pricing their offers, and a lot of people don't really give me a good answer. Some people are overly relying on tools and other people's ideas, as opposed to understanding the area and actually learning how to become an actual investor. If you approach this like this is some run-of-the-mill side hustle that doesn't really work, then you're going to get results as if this was a run-of-the-mill side hustle that doesn't really work. However, when you actually immerse yourself in the area you're planning to invest in, the offer amount becomes self-evident. All you got to really know is, if I'm going to sell for a certain price, I want to make sure I offer around a quarter of that price. That is the general gist of everything. Now, getting that sale price and offer price and all that right, sometimes depending on the area, is a little bit of trial and error, but in general, it's not. It's only trial and error when you take an information that's maybe a little out of date, and then you put it out there in the world, and you're seeing, okay, how are people reacting to my offers? Am I getting people calling me back? Are they engaging in conversation, or am I getting ignored? Am I talking to people who are delusional, who just want retail prices, who think just because somebody else sold a lot that was in the same area but nowhere near the similar quality, that they got a lot of money for it, that they can get a lot of money for it? Or am I talking to people who understand, like, look, this property is in an area that not a lot of people know about. I know the value isn't great. Let me know. So in general, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with using tools. Nothing wrong. I use them all the time. I create them all the time. So I'm not saying don't use tools. But the issue is when you actually are trying to learn, not even trying to learn, when you're in this business and you can't function without a tool, you're in trouble. Like if you stripped everything away from me, even my programming knowledge, and I had to do everything by hand, like pen and paper, I will still be able to do the same thing. I'm not stopped. So whether it's finding an area, making offers, doing due diligence, marketing, and selling, I don't need tools to help me. However, I prefer them. I love them. They make my job much easier, and it gives me my time back. But I see a lot of people who don't have those skills. They're relying too much on other people telling them what to do, as opposed to them understanding what they should do, and they can make their own moves. And if funny enough, when you're in that, like when you take control of that type of power, the questions you have go out the window because you kind of already know, right? If you know what you're doing, you know how to do the research, you know where to find the answers that you seek, you don't necessarily need outside influence as much. I mean, there's going to be times, there's always unique situations, but anyway, that's the point. So here's the thing. Anytime you send out like a letter or a text message or whatever it is, you should get somebody interested in selling. Now, depending on, your offers in the area, that would dictate how many people are interested, but you should get somebody. I recently talked to my mentor and he was like, he's about to do 600K this year and he doesn't use any VAs. He doesn't use any tools. I learned under him. So he's very old school and he's just gotten really efficient with what he does. So if you're not basically doing 600K or 500K in land sales, and by the way, these aren't like 90-acre properties he's selling. These are infill lots. They're 10 acres, they're 5 acres. So it's everything. Tiny lots, big lots, a group of tiny lots. It's all over the map. So it's not like, oh yeah, he's doing 600K because he's buying 75K lots and selling them for 200 something. I mean, shit, that'd be great, but that's not what he's doing. He's doing the same thing that we do. Buy for 1,000, sell for 3. Buy for 5,000, sell for 15. Buy for 15, sell for 45, et cetera, et cetera. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. And he does it so quickly and he does it so effortlessly, and he's doing it for a long time. So, it'll take a while before, I can get to that level, but he does it so quickly that we shouldn't, he's letting me know, like, look, man, you should always be getting some kind of offer back or some type of acceptance if you're doing this right. So here's the thing. I'm going to tell you how to maximize your time and your money without having to pay a lot out of pocket to kind of get these offers down. Okay, so I was head down doing a lot of research recently, and I still do a lot of it. And I learned a lot in my 5 years of land investing. And every time I go and do a little bit more research, I learn a little bit, a nuance here, a little detail there that sometimes changes everything. One little detail can change everything. Okay, so what I'm noticing is this. Number one, people's offer, like the ad copy in their offers. So what they actually say in their offers is repelling people. Number two, I know that the offer themselves are crap. And number three, I've noticed that the way people communicate with those potential prospects, not very good. All right, so again, 3 things. The offer is not good. The ad copy in that initial communication, so the mailer, the text message, whatever it is, isn't good. And then how they're actually communicating with people isn't good. Now, I'm not saying this to be on my high horse. I've been doing this for a while and I made a lot of mistakes. This is how I can come to these conclusions with so much confidence, because I've tried many things. So I remember doing my first few mailings, right? And it always started the same. I took whatever data I can find. I divided it by, so like, let's say I found the assessed value from the county, which as we know is not always accurate. I divided that by 4. So let's say the property was assessed for $10,000, so divide by 4, that's $2,500. That would be my offer. Low ball, right? Now, the assumption was that I can sell for that assessed value. Like, oh, okay, well, the county says it's worth $10,000. I should be able to sell for $10,000. I learned the hard way that's not true at all. Not true. And sometimes it's not true in your benefit, where the county says it's only worth $600 and you can really sell it for $2,000. It just depends, but you can't use that. But here's the thing. I was wrong so many times. And because of that, only the truly desperate would actually talk to me. And if you're only talking to the truly desperate, you're not going to get a lot of deals month after month. You'll get 1 in month 1 and 0 in month 2, maybe 2 in month 3, and then 0 in 4 and 5, and then maybe 1. That's not how you want to run your business. You want to have it be very consistent. So every month, hey, I'm about to get this many offers coming in. I just got to make sure I have enough cash to cover it. If I don't have the cash, I can actually figure out other ways to make the deal happen. And then, make sure I sell quickly and so on and so forth. But if you're only doing things because you're talking to the truly desperate always, then you're gonna be in trouble. Now, don't get me wrong. The desperate are great. They're the motivated sellers. They're the ones with the distressed properties. Yes, we hit them up first for sure. But at any given time, there's not always going to be a large number of those types of people. You're gonna have to talk to the general public, and you're gonna have to make the offer enticing for them. So here's the thing, that divide by 4 math was not wrong. It was okay, but I was basing it off of the wrong information. In that case, the assessed value. So last year I did things a little bit differently. Everybody who's in my investment group, who I'm showing the game to, they know I have 3 different approaches, right? And these approaches aren't new. They're not in the sun. The way I teach it might be a little unique. How I explain it might be unique, but in general, you can do what I did before. Take the assessed value or whatever value you can find, divide it by 4. There's your offer. As I said, only depending on where you are, you may get lucky and the assessed value is an accurate value and all that, but whatever. The second way is to look at what's on the market currently, right? See what's out there. Where, like, if I was a person actually shopping to buy land on the retail market, what can I expect to pay for a lot? Okay, you get that. You get a kind of a general sense, an average, and then you divide that price by 4. So let's say in our same example, we have a lot that is assessed for $10,000. We see on the market that people are selling those lots in that area for about 8. And we don't even know if they're actually going to get that $8,000. We just know that's what they're currently on the market for. So then maybe I'll just, instead of saying, all right, I think I'm gonna get, 8, maybe I might assume I might be 7. So instead of offering 2,500, I might offer about 1,500, right? I'm assuming that I'm gonna sell for 7,500 to 8,000. And I can do that. And then what helps as well is to shrink the area. Instead of looking at a whole county, I look at a town. If I'm looking at a town, look at a subdivision. That really helps. But in general, that's what I do. And I did that for all of 2020. I did that method, right? Look at what's on the market, assume they might get around that, whatever they're asking for, those people are selling, they might get around that price. So I assume, okay, I can sell for that price too, roughly. And then I was basing my offers off of that. And that's okay. That works okay, right? A little bit more realistic, but it's not necessarily foolproof. So far, I found that when I actually use the market price as opposed to the assessed price, the accuracy of the offer went up a little bit. I had a lot less angry people contacting me. However, it wasn't the flood of like yeses that I was looking for. Now, so far, am I making sense? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Do you have any questions? Because I want to make sure I don't go over anybody's head. I kind of gave you guys a lot all at once. So again, if there's anything that you guys have a question about, let me know so I can answer it. Now, so far, so good? We good? We good? Looks like we're good. Looks like we're good. Okay. Okay, good. I appreciate you, Matthew. Yeah, so let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Nowadays, what I want to do when I'm looking at a county or an area to invest in, I do the things I did before. I look at what's going on, but now I'm also looking at actual comps, sale prices, and I divide it by area. So I never look at a town at whole. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are poor parts of town and rich parts of town, good neighborhoods and bad neighborhoods. It would be foolish for me to assume that property in a bad neighborhood will fetch the same prices as one in a good neighborhood. But that's what a lot of land investors do. They make a blanket statement on an area or a town as if it's all the same. You know what else I've noticed? That they also don't look at the size of the properties selling in a particular area, and they make a blanket statement. So what you can do, if you like, is to start to use actual price per acre calculations. Now, when the property is larger than an acre, the math is pretty simple. You just take the acreage over the size over the price, or the price over the size. Boom, you got how many acres or how many dollars are worth an acre. So think of it this way: if I have an acre, or excuse me, I have a property that's 2 acres, and I see it's on the market for $2,000, then I know it's $1,000 per acre. Simple. What if the property is smaller than an acre? How do you figure that out? Well, the math isn't that hard. You got to basically get the inverse of that price, and it's 1 over the size times the 1 over the price over the times the size. I think that's what it is. I got to look at my notes. But the point is, you can kind of extrapolate what it would be if it was a full acre, and then go from there. Now, doing that helps a lot. Now, how do I get those prices? Well, again, I'm looking at comps. I'm looking at what's on the market and what's been sold. When I see things that's been sold, I see prices that's been sold, and I see prices that's been what like current market pricing. I see assessed values. I give all three of those different types of information a little bit of different leeway, a little bit of different fudge factors, because I know, okay, if something sold for this price and it sold recently, that's the best comparison I'm going to be able to get, and even then that's not perfect. If something is on the market for a certain price, that's a pretty good comparison, not as good as the recent sale. If I don't have any of those, I got to look at the assessed value. That's not that great, but you take what you can get. Either way, you know that if something sold for a certain price, and let's be honest, you don't really know, because people can say, oh yeah, I sold it for 5,000, but in reality, they could have sold it for 4,500 or 4,000. They just didn't want to say anything. Or the platform you're looking at to look at these comps, they don't have, and they don't know what it sold for, because there's certain states where you don't have to disclose that information. So the software or the tool or the website or wherever you're looking to do your comps, it has to make a guess. But I would imagine that information is going to be more accurate than the information based on just the assessed value. So with that said, understand the price per acre, per area, especially subdivision, will give you a pretty accurate idea of what you can get when you sell. Now you can divide that value by 3 or by 4, hell, even by 2 sometimes. If you really want to get aggressive and make sure you get the property, you can just say, hey, I'll pay half of what it's worth, which is still a good deal. And then when you sell, you can double your money. Sometimes when you're going with bigger or more expensive properties, that's what you may have to do depending on your skills and the area and the competition. But I would, while I would prefer 4 times my money, doubling my money is pretty good too. Because I started with, let's just say 1,000, now I have 2,000 all of a sudden. I would take that. I'm not sure how many places where you can go and double your money, and that's seen as not high enough. So just something to think about. Now that we kind of understand how we do our pricing, let's talk about the different things, the messaging, right? So it doesn't matter how great my price is, because I can say, hey, I'm gonna give you $1 million for your little piece of shit property. But if I say it in the wrong way, I'm still not gonna get as many buyers or many people engaging with me. So here's the thing. When you are looking to offer a price, understand what you're doing. If you have a letter, and a lot of people do that looks like this, sometimes these offer letters work well because they have a little bit of professionalism to it, kind of, sort of. It makes people think you're more serious. But at the same time, some people try to go overboard and make these look like actual contracts, and they're not. Also, a lot of times people want to get these returned. They want these returned back to them. Well, now you're adding friction to the deal, because if the person who wants to sell you their property has to sign this thing, find an envelope, find a stamp, put it in a mailbox, send it back to you, and then wait for you to call them, it's a lot. People won't do that. People are lazy. It's not that important to them. However, if you do what I do, you send a postcard and you're like, hey, if you're interested, you call me. You're going to get a lot more responses, because that's a lot less friction. It's a lot easier, much easier. One thing else I'll add, a lot of people in these offer letters, they'll just say one flat price. And here's the thing that sucks. The flat price is usually a bit inflated. As in, they say, I'm gonna offer you this much money, $5,000 for your property, knowing they're not really trying to pay $5,000. You know what they want to do, just to get you on the phone, talk you down a little bit, and hopefully pay the price that they really want to pay. How are they going to talk you down? Oh, well, your property doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. I don't know if I want it anymore. And again, nothing wrong with that. I have certain tactics as well, but I actually give an offer range. And what I do with that offer range, that gives the person who's receiving the postcard, they understand, like, okay, depending on the quality of my property and some other odds and ends, I can look to get this amount from this person. And because of that, it seemed more honest. And when I do say, hey, well, I can see that you got a bunch of trash in your property. And I can also see that, the road there is no longer, it doesn't exist anymore. So it's hard to find it. That makes sense. We're like, all right, well, I can't offer you the top amount, but you're still within this range. And a lot more people are a lot more accept. They like that. They like that a lot more than they would if it was just one flat price. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I can't give you that no more. Does that make sense? So far, am I making any sense? Because I want to make sure you guys are seeing me. I want to make sure you guys hear me. So yeah, Jeff, I still always do roughly a quarter of the price. Roughly. It just depends. It just depends. Like again, on the area, the size, but I'll never do more than half of its actual value, what I can expect to get on the retail market. So the final thing is, so we talked about the pricing. We talked about how we can actually have better offers, right? But let's actually talk about what do we say in these offers when we actually sending them out. So it depends. If this person that I'm communicating with owes back taxes, then I probably won't give them an offer. I'll probably say, hey, I want to talk to you. I understand you owe some taxes. You've been owing for a while. I got something that may be able to help you, right? So there's no offer there. It's just call me. I'm here to help you with your problem. If it is a person who is current on taxes, then I make sure to tell them what I want, again, with the offer range. I also let them know how this business will work with me, how a deal will work with me, how quickly I work, right? How easy it's going to be for them. Because a lot of people, when they do this shit, they add a lot of friction to the deal. They make things complicated for the seller. So they're not going to want to do it. They add time, they add complexity, they add these different instructions. Nobody wants to do that. Now, I'm not going to say, I shouldn't say nobody. Less people want to do that than those who are like, hey, all you're going to do is just, do this one thing and send me a check. That's it. It makes it much easier, especially when a lot of newbies out there, and I'm talking to you, you send out a letter like this. Oh, that's a different paper. You send out a letter like this. And then when the person actually says, all right, I'm going to send this back to you, you don't call them back. You don't call them back. And then when you do, you're like, yeah, I'll get back to you. You never get back to them. And then when a guy like me comes along, who's actually, hey, when I say I'm going to send you an offer, I mean it. And I'm actually going to do what I can to purchase your property if you allow me to. You make it tougher for guys like me because you guys were, you got them jaded. You got them jaded. So not only did you make the process complicated, but then you don't follow through with your word. You can't do that shit. I will say that even though it makes it more tough for me, it does at the end of the day make it easier. Because then when I show I'm different than the guys who don't actually follow through what they say they're going to do and actually pay them quickly, and I make the process seamless for them, and I take on the burden of the work and the responsibility, they thank me for it. I get Christmas cards from people who I bought property from. Christmas cards. How many Christmas cards have you gotten from someone who bought property, who you bought property from? That's just, you know what I mean? I guess it goes along too with the conversational skills of what you're saying, because I guess it goes beyond just the sending a letter. These are actual human beings that you're talking to. A lot of these human beings are, they're elderly. So having a pleasant conversation and being completely honest where they can trust you and taking care of them, it goes a long way. And a lot of people want to treat these prospects as if they're just numbers or names in a spreadsheet. And they're wondering why nobody's actually replying to their letters. And they're wondering why every time they do buy something, they're overpaying for it. Well, I just let you know, your offers are whack. What you're saying in your communication is whack. And you're also making the deal much more difficult than it should be, which adds that friction. And we all know humans. Doesn't matter if you're young or old. No one wants to do things that seem as a pain in the ass. No one wants to do things that seem like it's going to be a lot of work. Nobody wants to do things that's going to take a lot of time, especially for something that's not that important, at least seemingly not that important. Again, when you're talking to those truly desperate people, sure, they may go through it because they're in a tough spot. But most people aren't truly desperate for vacant land that's in a different state that they forget about until the tax bill comes in. So trying to get them to sell, you got to be better. You got to be better. And you got, so hopefully this makes sense. All right, I got about 5 more minutes, so check it out. What I just gave you hopefully should help you with your next mailing. Hopefully. However, I know a lot of people do this. They just want free information and they're going to sit on it and ain't going to do shit with it. You see these books behind me? I've read most of those books. Most people buy books and they don't read them. Same thing with this information. So this is what I want. If you're serious about implementing this, I want to help you implement. If you're actually serious and you want a little help with your offer letter or your offer pricing or whatever it is, in the comments below, whether you're watching this live, you're watching the replay, just give me a hashtag offer or just say offer in the comments. I will personally reach out to you. I will send you a personal message and I will help you with your offer. All right. So just say offer below in the comments. Now, don't waste my time. If you don't have a mailer about to go out in the next day or 2 or 3 or whatever it is, then this ain't for you. Like you're about to send a mailer out. You're pulling you're doing the research. You heard some of the things I said. You want to readjust now, with this new information. Well, if you hear that, and that's you, put offer in the comments. I'm going to reach out to you personally. I'm going to help you with that offer. I probably have some training that I can probably send you. If not, I can just tell you what to do or how to, tell you how to do it so you can know for yourself. Okay, let me see. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? At this phase to get more saturated, how do you stand? Oh, Logan, good question. So when it's getting saturated, basically what I said before is this. A lot of people don't follow up. They don't mean what they say. They try to lowball people and their offers are terrible. It makes it much easier to stand out. I don't got to do anything but just be better than them. Be more consistent. Be honest. Make sure my letters are on point or my postcards are on point. And then when it's time to talk to them like real people. That's how I stand out. Hopefully that answers your question. Your follow-up funnel game could be stronger than any other. Yep. Makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so I think that's it. Does the mailer go for text? Yeah, I mean, you're talking like a mailer text blast. It doesn't matter how you're communicating with people. You're communicating with people. They're human beings. So you do the same thing, right? Now, what I say in the text may be a little different in the mailer because it's a different form, but the idea is the same. And I change things up from time to time as I play with words, experiment, see what gets more responses. But the principle stays the same. The tactic may adjust and change, but the principle stays the same. Okay. All right. I think we are good here. Let's make sure that we get our offers in. Again, if you need help with this, whether you're watching live in the replay, put offer in the comments below. I will personally reach out to you, help you out with your next offer. But don't do it unless you have something you're ready to actually start communicating with people like within the next couple of days. All right. Well, this is it. Coach Vic, certified land investor. Gotta go. Peace out. Love you guys. Glad you guys are here. Hopefully everything is going well for you. I should have like a signature. Jerry Springer used to say, take care of yourself and each other. It didn't make any sense to watch everybody fight, but whatever. So yeah, I'll figure it out. All right, guys. Bye.